Hi, this is Kieran Hebden, Four Tet. You're watching Rage, and I've chosen the videos tonight. This one is coming up with Brandy, What About Us? Brandy's one of my favourite artists, I guess, of last few years because she's put out she seems to work a lot with really amazing producers and do things that really kind of push music in directions I never even imagined. And this track particularly, I think Rodney Jerkins produced it, and it's like some of the most crazy, most sort of advanced electronic music I think's come out over the last few years, and the vocal performance and the arrangement and the sounds and everything made something that I like the way that it's really, really crazy, but yeah, it's also like pop music and it's in the charts and stuff at the same time. I think that's a pretty interesting way to do things. So check it out. Brandy, What About Us? Video coming up is Q-Tip, Breathe and Stop. Q-Tip from Tribe Called Quest. I think this is just classic hip-hop track produced by JD, who's sadly passed away a couple of years ago, but it's definitely, I think people are realising even more now that he's one of the great hip-hop producers of all time. And the beat on this one's particularly heavy and absolute masterpiece. Q-Tip, Breathe and Stop. This video coming up is Busta Rhymes, Gimme Some More. One of my favourite rappers and someone who constantly seems to put out records that are exciting and different sounding, and I think this one in particular is one of my kind of all-time favourites of his. Samples one of the Alfred Hitchcock movies, Psycho or Vertigo or something, I think, and it's got this weird kind of effect where it sounds like the music's kind of always speeding up, and crazy stuff. Enjoy it. Busta Rhymes. Hi, it's Kieran Hebden. You're watching Rage. This next video is This Mortal Coil, song to the Siren. It's a cover of a song by Tim Buckley, and really, really incredible song, kind of favourite of mine, and the Tim Buckley version is amazing, and but also this cover by This Mortal Coil is really incredible too. Elizabeth Fraser's the vocalist, and she was the singer in the Cocteau Twins, and has had famous kind of guest appearances with like Massive Attack and people like that. And I think it's quite often when I find the originals of songs, they're usually the best versions for me, but here's one where I think the cover's kind of just as good, really. So yeah, check it out. This Mortal Coil, Song to the Siren. Video coming up is Smashing Pumpkins, Rhinoceros. I guess famous band everybody's heard of, but one of my big kind of influences and one of my favourite bands when I was a teenager especially. And I like this type of stuff. They do like the kind of guitar arrangements and the more kind of psychedelic songs. They did like this from their first record, and I think it's the first song of theirs that I actually heard. And I was playing a lot of guitar and stuff at the time. It just changed things for me, I guess. So Smashing Pumpkins, Rhinoceros. It's a video by a band called Medicine. The song's called Aruca, I think, and Medicine, an American band, kind of similar sound to My Bloody Valentine, I guess, real kind of shoegazy, super noisy guitars and stuff. And but I saw them do a show in London back when, kind of mid-90s when they existed, and remember it being really, really exciting, and I like their records quite a lot. And I think they're kind of a band that seemed to have been ignored quite a bit, but I think they had some really interesting things going on. And I think Brad Lehner, the guitarist in the band, has gone on to do loads of other various projects. But yeah, I think people need to go back to those Medicine records a little bit. So here it is, Medicine. Next video is BOREDOMS Vision Creation Newsun, band from Japan who have been making kind of totally wild sort of cosmic kind of punk rock music for quite a while now. This is from one of my favourite records of theirs, and I like the way the music's insanely kind of ecstatic. You know, it's like they try and make immense sort of tribal music that makes you feel like your head's going to take off or something. I've never seen the video to this. Didn't even know there was one, so don't totally know what it's like, but the music's great, so enjoy BOREDOMS Newsun. Next video coming up is for Pierre Henry, Psyche Rock. I've never seen the video for this. I didn't even know one existed. It's a bit of a cheesy track that he did that was I think music for like a ballet or something, but the reason I chose it is because Pierre Henry was just one of the kind of total sort of pioneers of early electronic music in France, and doing stuff even probably in like the 50s or something that even sounds very similar to a lot of stuff that's coming out now, so really ahead of his time, and someone well worth kind of investigating. He put out loads and loads of really, really bizarre and interesting records, and yeah, the fact that he's got a pop video is pretty bizarre really, but yeah, this is Pierre Henry and Psyche Rock. Okay, this is a song by Arrol Bricker called Groove Le Chord. I've never seen the video for it, so I have no idea what it's going to be like, but the song is it's a kind of techno classic, really sort of deep and heavy, and on the record it's about kind of 10 minutes long, and something I play when I'm DJing a lot and stuff, so yeah, definitely pretty heavy stuff, so enjoy it. Yeah, Arrol Bricker, Groove Le Chord. Next video coming up is COIL, Sincere. It's kind of one of the big tracks that first came out of the whole kind of speed garage two-step sort of thing that happened in back in London, I guess kind of like 8 or 9 years ago now, and it was something really kind of exciting time for me. It was, yeah, just like a kind of new rhythm suddenly applied to lots of the kind of dance music around, and this track, the sound of it, and it's just got a really kind of beautiful, simple sort of atmospheric kind of sound to it that's I've always found really exciting, and also takes me back to that time, I guess. So COIL, Sincere. Hi, this is Kieran Hebden, Four Tet on Rage, choosing the videos tonight. This next video is for a track of mine called Smile Around the Face that I put out a few years ago. Videos by Dan Wild. Yeah, I really love what he did. When I make videos, I just hand them over to the music over to a director and let them do whatever they want, really. I don't really interfere too much, and I was really impressed with what he came up with. It's not something I could ever have imagined, and I think he did a really beautiful job with it.